Hello, it's Thursday the 28th of December, so I'm just going to do a quick catch up on the last couple of days. Yesterday was, well, almost a write-off. It was frozen solid out here all day, and not much chance of doing anything other than staying in and trying to stay warm. But today is a completely different thing. The reason that I'm squinting is because the winter sun is so bright, but it's also very low, and it's going pretty much straight in my eyes. But if I turn around, it'll be going straight into your eyes, and that's no good at all. Today I've managed to get quite a lot done. It has been mighty frosty, and it is still very frosty in the pockets that the sunshine haven't got to. But I have been able to get outside, and I've cleaned out the ducklings' house because yesterday I moved the ducklings into the big house, or into the house with the bigger ducks, and hopefully they will now be in there permanently. So I cleaned out their house, and I gave a second scrubbing out to a small chicken house that hasn't been used for about 3, maybe 4 months. So there we go, it's just a small house. It will hold 3 birds quite comfortably. It used to have a nesting box on the side, but we took that off, and so I've just given it another scrub out. The base isn't in it at the moment, and I'm getting it ready because Womble is starting to look like he's reaching maturity, and he's becoming little bit of a nuisance to Starburst and to the other chickens in Big White's field. And the last thing I want is for him and Big White to have a row and them both get injured. And Big White got injured last year in a fight with an Australorp called Morrissey, and and the sheer panic that we went through when we came back and found this pool of blood about 3 feet across, with Big White all caught up in some netting, and Morrissey having a real go at him. We don't want to repeat that. And as it turns out, that shocking pool of blood was actually just from a tiny little nick in his comb, and it took about 24 hours to completely heal up, scab over, and nothing more injured than his pride. However, I don't want to risk it again, and at that point Morrissey went off to freezer camp because, well, we just couldn't have an aggressive bird. He was being aggressive towards me, he'd been aggressive towards White, and that's just it's not good on the homestead to have a bird that you're frightened of. So I certainly don't want that to happen again. So this time, everyone's come over to see me. This time I want to make sure that we've removed the males from being anywhere near White until we know exactly where we want them to be, and whether we want to breed from them or not. And while I'm standing here talking to you, I've just noticed that in the distance, if you ignore the traffic and look in the very far distance, you'll see there's still a bit of snow on the hills. How pretty is that? So here we go, there's Womble. Sorry about the shaky camera work. Oh, Womble's looking all squashed up. Are you going to put your head up, my dear? Womble's just doing a very good impression of a triangle. And there is Starburst just there. But obviously we don't want this boy to be fighting. So preparatory works are getting done, which I'm very pleased about. It's very hard to film in this sort of light because the sun is so low. It casts it casts lots of very odd shadows across my face. So sorry about that, but this little bit of sunlight is so lovely. It really is nice. Over the last few days, Mr. J and I have been fairly deep in discussions about getting a new camera for vlogging. At the moment I use my phone, and while it's adequate, it would be really nice to have a camera that has better quality images, but also has its own microphone, so that I don't have to have a microphone clipped onto me for you to be able to hear what I'm saying. And I'd also quite like a microphone that cut out some of the fairly strong winds that we have blowing across this site from the west all the time. So Mr. J has charged me with doing some research and finding out what sort of camera I might like. Well, you'd think it would be easy. Yeah, I just want a camera that a point and press, almost point and press for videos. Well, it's not that easy, because one of the most popular cameras for people who do vlogging is something that's lightweight and it's just point and press and get on with it. It has an internal microphone, and I very much want one with an external microphone that I can put one of those windsock things over, you know, sort of a thing that sort of hides the microphone with a furry covering that stops the wind being so noisy. Sometimes too much choice is not necessarily a good thing. So that's my lesson today, I think, is sometimes just too much choice or too much information can be really difficult. Having said that, it's a very nice problem to have, and I certainly feel very lucky that I'm going to be treated to a new camera for my birthday. And now I just have to decide what it is that I actually would like. I'll keep you posted. Well, it's that time of the day that I need to go in and make some lunch for Mr. J for when he gets home from work. And so, wherever you are in the world and whatever you've got planned for today, I hope you find a bit of sunshine. And I also hope you can join me again tomorrow.